us to check out our personality of the day. And this person is not a new face on the screens, but he has so much to share about his works, and we're also inspired when it comes to the sort of works that he does, because he doesn't just inspire us, but he inspires a lot of young people across, you know, the continents. I wouldn't say the country, because this guy has been almost everywhere in the continent. So I'm excited to introduce Ato Ulzen-Appiah, who's the director of GhanaThink. Hi, Ato.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How, buddy?
I did fine, but it did fine. We just did kick. Anyway, so let's get into it. Like I said in the intro, you're not a new face here, but the thing is, when you come here, you always come to talk about work, what you're doing, and you know. But this time, we want to get to know you more. Okay. Who is Ato?
So Ato Ulzen-Appiah is Pan-African. Mm-hmm. I'm from Elmina. Mm-hmm. I grew up in Kumasi. I currently live in Accra. I care a lot about Ghana, mm-hmm. and I love Africa. That's Ato Ulzen-Appiah.
Right. Can you tell us about your childhood?
So I grew up in Kumasi. My parents were senior lecturers at the KNUST. Mm-hmm. Now, you know, long retired now. So my childhood was growing up on campus, surrounded by lots of academics, lots of kids, because I really appreciate growing up on campus, mm-hmm. because like we could easily just go to your neighbor's house. There's no wall. If you see your neighbors, if you're walking home from school and you see people playing football, you can just take your bag and go and play football mm-hmm. with them. So that's how I grew up, mm-hmm. just around people, hanging out with friends, playing tennis, playing football with them, walking to school with the kids. Well, I think, you know, being in a family led by senior lecturers, mm-hmm. you know, we had to take our academics also seriously.
Oh. Mom and dad were lecturers?
Yes, yes. So daddy, Francis, he lectured in soil science and agroforestry. Mm-hmm. My mom lectured in Esther. She lectured in textiles and fashion. Mm-hmm. So actually, growing up, we used to wear a lot of African print, because mm-hmm. my mom, as a side business, was doing tie and dye and batik. So we'd always wear batik, we'd always wear tie and
mm-hmm.
dye. And it actually became a part of me. So even when I was in university, I was always wearing African print. I mean, now, thankfully, a lot of people wear African print mm-hmm. all the time. But
that's the real African print.
Yes.
Not the Dutch African print.
Well, yeah. So, so growing up, it was very cultural. Mm-hmm. Like I was always, and I really appreciate my mom for that, mm-hmm. because I think she really made me Pan-African mm-hmm. by ensuring, just as wearing Africa, made me very Pan-African.
Right. But what actually led you into the whole Pan-African movement? Because obviously as a kid, it was just more of the fashion. Yeah. But now you've grown up and you still call yourself a Pan-African person.
Yeah, I think I became more Pan-African when I went to Presec. So after doing nursery, primary, and GSS in KNUST, I went to Presec in Accra. And then I decided that I wanted to go to MIT.
Oh, okay.
So I heard about MIT when I was in Form 2. Because
MIT in America?
Yes.
Okay.
So my role model, who I'd chosen at Presec,
mm-hmm.
called Arthur Musa, he got into MIT.
Okay.
So we heard it was the best university in the world, at least for engineering.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to go there. And God being so good, I was able to go to MIT.
You got into MIT.
Yeah. But I think when I went to the US, that's when I really became Pan-African. Because growing up in Ghana, you don't really see a lot of, I mean, growing up, like, we heard Nigerian songs. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. We heard, like, Unkomboti mm-hmm, from South Africa. Mm-hmm. But we don't really get to experience a lot of other African country mm-hmm, things. But when I was in the US, you know, we don't have as many Ghanaians. So a lot of the times, the first community for anyone from an African country is Africans. It's not really Ghanaians. Before I went to MIT, I was staying in Syracuse with my dad. That's why I applied for MIT and all of those things. So there was a Ghanaian community that my dad was part of. And I met some Africans, but when I got to MIT, it was really about Africans. So I think just being there and also having to represent, right? Because now I'm in an institution which is like a top university, and we have to prove to everybody that Africans are as good as anybody coming from anywhere in the US academically, or as a young leader. So I think that also really made me Pan-African, because I wanted to prove that we are as good as anybody globally.
Right.
So apart from proving that, we also want to showcase our culture. We want people to know the great things about Ghana, the great things about Africa, some of our music, our culture. Like actually, when I was in college, I was always wearing African print. Like a lot of my African friends would wear normal things like T-shirts, but me, I'm like, no, this is what I want to represent. I want to show my culture. So I think all of that really made me Pan-African.
Right, right. Okay, that's very interesting. Now you went to MIT and you studied engineering.
Yes.
Wait, are you an engineer?
So I studied civil engineering at MIT, but I haven't practiced engineering since I returned to Ghana. Yeah, so I studied civil engineering at MIT, and then, but whilst there, I realized that I had a lot of different interests. So I actually wanted to change to do management. But I remember I had a conversation with my dad and a few other people about this. And my dad especially said that I should stick with engineering, because that's better. But I think, a lot of people who are older could not really appreciate management as a course. So, but I'm happy I stuck with engineering. But when I went to Stanford to do my master's, I decided that so I did construction engineering management, because the management was just really, I wanted to learn skills that would make me useful in any industry. Yeah, and even between MIT and Stanford, I started like a startup with some friends, focused on African music. So that was very digital, like technology related things. And then since Stanford, I've not practiced engineering or civil engineering. I've mostly been in the tech space, because I came back to Ghana with Google. So since I came back to Ghana, I've mostly been in the tech space, entrepreneurship, innovation, that sector. Yeah.
Right. So when you came back to Ghana with Google, what were your thoughts when you came back?
Yeah, so first, I always knew I was going to come back. I think when I was in university, the thinking that I think a lot of maybe people like me who've gone to the US would be, like after school, work in the US, make a lot of money, and then come back to the country. But at the time that I moved, there were a couple of things that happened. So first, we started the bar camps. So when I was in the US, I was in the US for 10 years. But every single year I was in the US, I came to Ghana. So I just really loved being home. So I came to Ghana, and we had started the bar camps in 2008.
Right.
I came back in 2011. So
and the bar camps was an idea that you got from there?
Yes, so we got from the US. Especially because I was Stanford is in the Silicon Valley area, so that's where we learned about the idea of the bar camps, etc. So in 2009, after the first bar camp in Ghana, we had a bar camp in Washington DC for young people in the US. And I remember we were looking for like people to inspire us, motivate us, like keynote speakers. And most of the people that we were thinking about or trying to find, they were not based in the US. So the thing that struck me was, the people that we are looking up to, they don't live here. So that kind of really made me think about moving back. And then because of the work we had been doing with bar camps and what I'd been doing personally with the website, I was just very interested in digital. And I had a dream of working for Google. So eventually, I'd heard that Google was hiring people in Ghana. So I was like, oh, okay, I think I'll get,
apply.
I was very sure I'll get a job with Google because of the kind of work that I was doing. And yeah, so once I started going through the process of recruitment, when they were interviewing me, I remember in December 2010, I was in Ghana. And I even had one of the interviews when I was here. And I thought to myself that even if I don't get this job, I'm going to move back. Because I just feel like I want to move back. And I was going to get paid well with Google. So I was like, okay, I don't need to wait and make plenty of money. I can just move back with Google. So that's what made me move. Right. So I got the job and I moved.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you haven't looked back?
I have never thought of moving back to the States.
Right.
I always, when people ask me, I always tell them that if somebody pays me like more than $1 million a year, I'll think about it. If not, I'm not interested.
Right. So now, how do you actually, you know, combine family with everything that you do?
Yeah. So I moved back 2011. My now wife moved to Ghana in 2015, and we got married in 2016. Interestingly, on my birthday, which is the last day of the year, December 31st. So I think it's not been easy, especially since we had kids, because the kind of work that we do with GhanaThink, we work all over the country. And we have bar camps in 12 locations. And personally, I want to be at each one.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the times I discuss with the GhanaThink members, like sometimes they're like, you know, sometimes they ask me like, which bar camps have you missed? But I just genuinely want to be there. Like, I don't need to be there, but I just want to be there.
Are you a perfectionist?
Well, it's not really about, I wouldn't say I'm a perfectionist. I just love what we do. And I think I love like seeing the country. Right, so the part of the reason of going to Bar Camp Wa is to see how good the Wa roads are. It's not just about being at the event. So because of the travel, and then even where I work at Cosmos Innovation Center, we also, in that role, we also do a lot of traveling because we work around the country. So it's been a bit tough because, you know, I normally have to be away from home. And then with the family, it's tough. So I think that's probably been the challenge. But aside that, I think combining it has been good.
Yeah.
I also don't like traffic. Well, a lot of us don't like traffic, but I try to do things so that I don't have to complain about it. So for instance, I normally go to work late after the traffic. And then I come back home late after the traffic. So with my wife, like, she'd be like, oh, why are you coming home at this time? So there's that challenge.
Yeah.
But you know, we make it work.
Right. Interesting. But what do you do for fun? It seems like you're a workaholic. Should I call you a workaholic? You like work.
Well, I love what I do.
Would you call yourself a gig?
What do you mean by that?
Well, people who love to learn, to read, to work, they don't do any other thing but, you know, focus on work.
No. I just don't focus on work. So let me give an example around bar camps. So actually, when I moved back in 2011, I like to party a lot.
Okay.
I like to party a lot.
That doesn't sound like the man I'm seeing here.
Well, so now you're getting to know.
Now I know.
So I like to party a lot. So I remember when I moved back, I used to party so much. Like Friday, you go and party, come home at 4 a.m. Saturday, we do the same thing, come home at 4 a.m. So I was partying with a group of friends. And we actually, because I think we like social media a lot, and we like networking, and we like socialization, we actually came up with something called Party Crew.
Oh.
So we were a party crew and we'll go to party places. So literally we'll go to a club, and then if the club is charging money, we'll tell them that we are going to make the club nice, so they shouldn't charge us because we are going to make the place nicer. So like we took it very seriously. So I think that kind of parlayed into what we do with the bar camps. So after every bar camp, we have an after party.
Right.
So we go out to chill. So we party a lot.
Yeah.
Like
so you still do it?
So yes, we still do it.
Right.
Yeah, like tomorrow, well, for Bar Camp Accra 2025, we're gonna party.
Yeah. So if you're serious, if you were very serious with social media, then you would have been like
yes.
A party influencer.
Yes. So we started doing that. So we actually started going to events, not just like clubs. Like we'll go to, well, for me, because I'd been doing work around music, I was getting free tickets to Ghana Music Awards and lots of different things. I remember in 2013, we went for the Chris Brown concert and we got in for free for VIP because of
the things you do.
The things that we were doing. So I've done a lot of work around influencing, not just in entertainment, but blogging and things like that.
No,
yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah. So no, so I like to party for fun, but aside that, I really love sports.
What sports?
So I watch a lot of football. I watch a lot of basketball.
Yeah. Do you play any?
I used to play football. Actually, when I was at Stanford, I played semi-professional.
Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, in the US, you know, you don't have so many people who are really good at football. So even if you're an average player in Ghana, you'll be a bit good.
Yeah, you'll be good there. Yeah.
So yeah, so I actually watch sports to relax. Like I watch a lot of sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Any like apart from that, do you do any other things like cooking? What do you do for fun when you're not working apart from sports?
So I like to blog. I like to write. When I have a lot of downtime, I like to write. So I've always been blogging a lot on social media. Actually, a couple of years since I returned to Ghana, I've been awarded as a top 5 blogger in Ghana.
Oh,
yeah.
So what do you blog on?
So I like to blog about personal stories. So for instance, if something interesting happens in my life, I try to write about it and document it. I also like to write about great people. So actually recently, I wrote a couple of blog posts about the greatest Ghanaians of different generations. So there is Generation Alpha, which is like those born in 1960 to like 1980. So I did a list of great Ghanaians from that group. So I think there was Patrick Ewua, and I think Bernard Avile was in that list.
Yeah.
Elsie Kaufman was in that list. And then I also did another blog post about the, I think, millennials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you millennial?
Yes, I think I'm 83. So my generation too, I picked a number of like really great Ghanaians. I didn't really pick politicians.
Yeah.
And blogged about them. So I like to write about people who are doing great things, especially Africans. I also write a lot about music because.
Can you sing?
I think it just made me think about when I was in Presec, I joined like my house's choir, but I wouldn't say I'm a good singer, but I love to sing. I love karaoke.
Okay, so
That's
can you
another
try?
thing.
Oh, I wish we had a karaoke.
I'm a huge fan of karaoke.
Oh,
like,
I wish we had a karaoke set, but
I was just in Liberia.
Can you try an a cappella?
Oh, okay. So the song I love to sing for karaoke, there are a few songs. I was just in Liberia recently, and we brought the house down with karaoke. So so I like to sing, especially because of my wife, Tracy. I like to sing Slow Down.
What's your wife's name?
Sorry?
What's your wife's name?
Tracy.
Tracy, yeah.
So I like to sing Slow Down by R2Bs and Wizkid. Slow down, let me talk to you.
Let me talk to you.
So I always sing that for karaoke. I also like to sing R2B's They and Wandiko Kiss Your Hand remix.
Allow me to
that song is like
hand.
that song is one of the best.
I love it too.
So I love karaoke. So I write a lot about music. So actually recently, so one of the series I've done this year is I've written about the top 11 songs all time from different countries.
Oh.
So I basically did research, asked friends, because I network a lot, so I have a lot of friends from different African countries. So I asked them about their top 5 all-time songs from their country, and I used that information, did some research online, used some information that I know about African music, and I did the top 11 songs from Nigeria. So I did for Nigeria, Senegal, South Africa, Kenya.
Oh, that means you must listen to a lot of songs.
Yeah, and I did for
a lot of genres.
Yeah, I've also done for Angola, Uganda, Ivory Coast, Tanzania.
So do you see yourself being a music exec someday?
So it's something. It's not something I've not thought about that, but
A&R?
yeah, I've not thought about that. But I think so. What I want to do, and I've discussed this with my co-founders from Miseke, is we want to do like an African music podcast. Yeah, but in the past we were helping some musicians with their digital footprint as part of the website stuff because we did African Music Awards. So for the African Music Awards that we did, like the winners, we were providing services for them. So we had a very popular website. So we publicized them through the website for them, the music to become more popular. And then we're also helping them on YouTube and iTunes at the time, etc.
Right.
I also write about tech, especially like apps. I'm a big fan of like made in Ghana products. So I've written about great Ghanaian apps and some African apps.
Right.
I also like to write about sports.
Yeah.
So
would you call yourself multifaceted?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. I see that. And what I like about you is that whatever passion that you have, you work towards it. You actually put your footprints there. Okay, I've blogged.
Yeah.
I've done music. I've done this. So you don't waste it.
No. I think
you don't waste your interest.
No. I'm very like. I think it's just maybe passion or it's vim. You know, like I want to make things happen, and I think that's the same kind of DNA that we have within GhanaThink.
Yeah.
And I think documentation is very important.
Yeah.
So just writing it down. So for instance, I like text a lot. So
you like texting than
I like texting, like writing things down.
Yeah.
Right. So I'd rather write things down or chat than do like a phone call. Because if I write it down, I can copy it and use it. So even these days with video and audio, I like to do a lot of like transcription, right? So that we can just leverage that.
Right, interesting. But anyone watching you right now and confused about their career path, what would you tell them?
I think the key thing is to look at what you're good at. So there are two things. There's what you're good at, what you're passionate about.
Okay.
Right? And then there's also what you can do to make money.
Okay.
I think the first thing is to look at what you're good at and try as much as possible to make money doing that. Yeah.
I like that.
And then once you are doing that, you can always build passion because sometimes you talk about passion a lot, but I mean, passion can die.
Yeah.
Yes, it can die if you don't have money, right? So I don't think passion it's very important, but I think the key thing is to look at what you're good at. And for me, and for a lot of the things that we do, I want to see people around me do things that they are good at.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we have a lot of people on the continent, but I always look at those who are closest to me. Or those that I can reach, or those that I influence, those that the people around me influence. And the key thing we want to see is for them to do really well, and do really well in a certain way, so that the rest who we don't influence and reach can copy us.
Yeah.
So it's really about, for me and for people around me, is to find what we are really good at. And are interested in, and then do that. So, I mean, for instance, I studied engineering, but I realized that I'm just very interested in, tech, right? And how can I use tech and digital to drive
whatever they are doing,
whatever thing. So, and that's what I've ended up doing. So right now, like for instance, where I work, I really love what I do.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I really love what I do, and and I'm paid well for it because I've done well doing it. So,
All right, thank you so much, Ato. I mean, this was a very refreshing conversation. I've learned so much from you, and more grease to your elbow in everything that you do.
Thank you.
Like I said, you inspire a lot of people, But listening to your whole story, it's really actually more inspiring. So it feels like don't throw any talent away. There's always a time to use it.
I mean, I think I mean, I realized that, and it's funny because you talk about growing up. I remember when I was in JSS, I was quite shy. Like, I wasn't really socializing
Seriously?
as much. But I remember when I got to Presec, I became protocol prefect, so I was always going out to socialize.
Yeah.
And then once I got to MIT, I was like, just networking. I would go to every African event that I could find because I was in Boston. Yeah. And now, like the shyness is gone, even to the point that sometimes I will intentionally go somewhere and just go and talk to somebody. Like, I don't care if they brush me off. Like, shyness is out the door for me.
Right.
Right. I'm like, oh, this person, you know, is interested. I'm just going to go and say hi, and I don't care if they say no.
Yeah. Will you say shyness actually blocks off, you know, progression sometimes?
Personally, I will say so.
Yeah.
A lot of people might disagree with me, but
so you're one of those people that is shameless. Just be shameless and do what you have to do.
Yes, yes. And it's funny because even when we started the bar camps, that came up because we would have, because we do, it's a very interactive event, right? So like the MC or the moderator is trying to get people to ask questions. And I remember when we started having the first few bar camps, people wouldn't be asking questions. And I started saying that, if we were in Nigeria, they'll be asking questions. Like, why are we like this? So even just to push people that, like, we can't be like this. Like, our neighbors are different. We should learn from them. You know, so we always try to bring that in because we are just trying to change culture. For instance, we have Ghana Man time. We go to events and the events start late because people have come late, because the organizers started late too. And we decided that we are going to change that. We don't want to have to complain about it. So if we tell you that the bar camp is at 9, when you come at 9:30, you know that you're late. If you come at so we always, it's about getting things done. It's not about just, people complain all the time, and I'm personally tired of it. So it's just like, you know, like let's solve what we're complaining about.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
This
Chris.
conversation was a great one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our personality of the day, Ato Ulzen-Appiah, who is the director of GhanaThink, and I have learned so much from him. I'm inspired, and of course, it's, you know, a new year. So one thing I'm going to take away from him: drop the shyness somewhere, be a bit shameless, and be passionate with what you're doing, and also make money. Yes. Make money. Yes. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back with more.